Good evening, gentle listener, and welcome to Impressionable, an Allen production, with your hosts Bloom Allen, Hairless Hunter, and Raunchy Raven. This week, the tasteful trio talk about something that confuses even the smartest of us. It's time for Raven's sex life. Please prepare thy condoms, unlike Raven, and enjoy the show. Hello everybody and welcome to the Impressionable podcast. Here we discuss anything that interests us and compete to see who can bring the most impressionable stories to the table. Today I am actually joined here by Hunter and Nick. They're sitting in front of me. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Decent. It's raining.
It's a beautiful day outside, Nick.
No, there's a lot of rain.
It's a beautiful day.
I guess it's a beautiful day for some people. Depending where you live in the world, it could be a beautiful day. Or there could be war raging in your country. Which is also a beautiful day.
Like in Ukraine. Just ignore the drills in the background.
But anyways, what's today's topic?
We are not there yet, Nick.
Yeah, Nick, come on.
Slow the train down.
Look, man. You have a poster for the Polar Express?
That's been there for years. Anywho.
Okay.
I just want to say, last night, I was a man in possession of 6 computers.
He was.
I was a man in possession of -1 computer.
I possessed one computer.
Isn't that gave me his computer to fix it?
And we found out there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, absolutely nothing, especially not with the hard drive.
Yeah, not at all.
It's totally not in my hand right now. And it's busted. Also, if anyone wants a free hard drive that works perfectly fine, I'll be selling it for a low price of $999.99.
I mean, it's not
a good
busted.
deal.
It's just a little scratched up. That's probably why it's broken, right?
Yeah, that's why we're
Totally.
replacing it, because of the scratches on the case that you don't replace.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do not cover breathing. Did you cover the breathing hole?
I don't know. I didn't put it in.
Maybe there's nothing wrong with this hard drive. It just couldn't breathe.
No.
Anyways.
It did make really weird noises.
Yeah, that was the hard drive going bad.
Oh, that was a long time ago when it was making really weird, loud noises.
Yeah, next time you hear that,
And then all of a sudden it stops. And I fixed the problem.
Anyways.
I'm a great computer owner.
Today's topic is the long foreseen topic
Oh no! Don't make me.
that everyone's been looking forward to since episode 1. Today's topic is Raven's sex life.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, great.
Can't wait to know about that.
But since this episode is entirely dedicated to Nick, I still want to give Hunter a chance to win, so that's -1 point.
What? What do you mean? Did I lose a point?
Yeah, you lost the
Yeah, you
point.
lost.
How did I look? How do I have -3 points already?
You see, that one you asked me to take away at the end of the at the end of the last episode, and then that one you asked me to take away after, and then that one's to make it more fair.
You got it?
You got it?
Every time we record, I'm being cheated.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
This episode's dedicated to me. Hunter's gonna say like 10 words, and he'll win.
No, I won't.
No, he won't.
God.
This isn't biased.
Yeah.
Fine then. What about my sex life do you need to know? You sick, perverted freaks.
Everything?
I mean, everything from the first.
Your
the
first time
first
to
time.
this last time where you got, touched by MEPS.
Look, when I went to MEPS, nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing went into any holes.
Other than a finger.
A finger didn't go in my hole.
Oh, they just poked it.
They touched it.
Huh.
It was really weird.
Yeah?
Yeah, so basically what happened at MEPS was, I was just doing the normal stuff, They're telling me about, it's like, hey, have you ever done any drugs, this, that, or whatever. It's like, when was the last time you have done it, whatever. And, they'll ask about the scars, if I had any surgeries, all that kind of stuff. And then they're like, okay, can you take off all of your clothes except your underwear? And I was like, okay. And then they looked my body up and down. Anytime they saw a scar or whatever, they wanted to know the history behind it. Made me do duck walks. walk on my heels, tiptoes, all that kind of stuff. And then it got to the point where she was like, okay, can you stand in front of me? I'm like, okay. And she was like, can you pull your underwear down? I'm like, okay. And I did it. She had no hesitation. It was full in. It was playing with my dick and balls. Moving them around.
Oh, we're just moving with them.
Moving them around, pulling it up, whatever.
So not like...
No. No.
Okay.
And then she did that for like a minute. I was just really awkward. And then she stopped. She's like, can you turn around and bend over? And I was like, okay. And then she just slowly spreads my cheeks apart. And the whole time, there's a dude in the corner just watching this happen. I'm not kidding.
Was she at least good looking?
She was in her 60s or 70s. When she put the gloves on, she gave the gloves wrinkles. I've never felt so violated in my life.
So it didn't make you feel a certain way, or...
Nope. If you're trying to ask if I was hard, I was not.
That's weird.
That is weird.
That's weird.
I was definitely not. But if you want to go into the very first time I ever done a sexual deviant act, I'm going to have to take you back to middle school.
Yeah. That
Okay.
was cool.
Okay.
Yeah, so, this goes all the way back to 7th grade summer.
So before 7th grade or after 7th grade?
It was the summer of whenever 7th grade just ended, and we were going to 8th grade.
Okay.
So, my girlfriend at the time came over to my house, and I was like, nice. and she came over, we hung out, went swimming, all that kind of stuff. Then, we got back to my room, and I was like, I have a plan, and I'm going to see if she wants to. And then I awkwardly sit her down on the bed. We sit there for like a minute in silence. I'm just like, so, you ever thought about doing anything? And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you know, like, you want to like touch each other? It was so awkward. It is so awkward your first time, especially if neither of you know about anything you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then she was like, I guess. And then we're both just sitting there awkwardly, not sure what to even do.
So y'all were just sitting there naked.
Well, kind of.
Kind of?
Kind of?
I mean, we were sitting there, but at the same time we weren't.
So they were sitting and standing there naked.
No,
Were you doing wall sits?
Well, we did other things. But
Like
when we
laying-
got to the,
Like laying down.
laying down and doing things.
Did you do push-ups?
No.
Sit-ups?
No.
Jumping jacks.
Burpees?
No. You'll guys know what I mean when you get there.
No,
But,
we won't.
No, we won't.
but when we did all that stuff, we were like, okay. Because we did trial and error with a lot of things we didn't really know. And we was like, okay, this is the way to do it. This is not the way to do it. It was a
What do you mean by trial and error?
Experimentation?
experiment. Well, it's like, for example, for just like a blowjob. She didn't know how to do it. I didn't know. I mean, like I've never had it. I didn't know.
I'm scared of lightning.
And then she just starts going. I'm like, okay, this is nice. And then she's like, am I doing it right? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, you must be doing something right. I mean, it feels good. And I was like, okay. And then we start moving on, doing other things like that. And then we was like, okay, time for the big show. The big maneuver.
All the beans?
All the beans in the basket. All the marbles. When we go to do it, we couldn't figure out how. I'm not kidding. And when I say we could not figure out how, like, we knew what you had to do,
Right.
but it wasn't working.
You didn't know where to stick it.
Yes and no. I knew it was her vagina. It's pretty obvious.
But you didn't know there's two holes at the time, did you?
Well, it was like, I tried just shoving it in and just didn't go in. And it was just like, we were trying that for like 5 minutes and nothing happened. I was just like, is this what sex like? Like, this is terrible. And it's just like, yeah. And then we just kind of gave up on that. And then I think she just went home right after that. And then for a good while, we didn't try anything. And then flash forward to like quarter of the year in the 8th grade. I went to her house this time. And we did everything again and we tried it. And this time it worked. And my God. For any of our 6 to 0 viewers out there, if you've ever had sex in your life, it is something words cannot explain.
Could you say that any louder?
My parents are home. You know that, right?
Look. It's fine. But anyways, it is... My mom always liked to say it's something magical. It is not. It's just a lot of fun. And I remember my horniest times were probably 8th grade, and I did it in a lot of weird, bad places.
Well, give us one.
Or two.
Or all of them.
Well, for example, one of them involved the house of God. And the circumstances behind it. So, the reason why this happened at all was I decided to, I wanted to walk home. I didn't want to take the bus, just wanted to walk home. And I didn't check out anything, I just walked out of the school. And then my girlfriend did the same. But then so did my brother. And my parents wanted me to walk my brother home with me. I was like, okay. So we get to the square. Sitting down at the pavilion. And then me and her get to talking. It was like, hey, you want to... It's like, and it was like... I tell my brother, like, hey, yeah, we got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, so you could...
What?
You know?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I get it.
So then we get to the church. Somehow the doors open. We just walk in. No one around. We check to make sure. And then we're just like, well, I guess we're doing it here. We didn't. And the worst part is we did that for about like 20 minutes. He just sat there at the pavilion for like 20 minutes, just sitting there alone.
In the bathroom.
Did you do it like where everyone sits and everything like that?
Like a corner.
You were on the church pews.
Like in a corner. And whenever, because at the time I was too broke and stupid to buy condoms, so the pull-out method was my friend. So when I pulled out, just all over the floor and just left it. And then we both just put our clothes back on and walk out. And my bro's like, man, y'all took a long time in the bathroom. I'm like, yeah, they ran out of toilet paper. Anyways, let's go home.
Was this the First Baptist Church?
Yes.
It's a good thing I don't go there anymore.
Hey, Hunter.
You better hope that this podcast never sees the light of day.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, the last
Wait.
episode we made has no views.
Perfect. No views ever, please.
But I mean, with the title of this, I mean, come on.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I swear, if I ever have a day where I go to school and everyone's giving me a look, and then you know who comes up to me and just like slaps across the face like, how dare you?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
She would probably kill me.
But no one knows it was her. Except for us.
That is one of the times.
One?
Another time was at a football game.
Okay, I mean, everyone else does this anyways.
That is true.
I haven't.
Well, yeah, everyone else.
Oh.
At the time, and this is all again still middle school. Still middle school. We haven't even gotten freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
And at the time, I was playing football for the middle school. But then there was a high school football game going on. I was like, okay, I'm going to go. And she wanted to go, so we went. And it was like really cold there. You know, football games, whenever it's late in the season and we're like in the playoffs, it gets really cold because it's like in November is when we're doing it. It's pretty cold. And then we're like, okay, we're really cold and stuff. And then her mom said, oh, we can go wait in the car and like start the car up and just sitting there with the heat or whatever. And I'm like, okay, cool. We go to the parking lot. We get in the car, and we both I kind of look in the back seat like, hey, you want to sit in the back?
Of course you did.
Yeah, and she's like, okay. One thing led to another. And I found out another thing about her that she liked.
I don't like where this is going.
I'm really debating if I want to say it. Because I had to do it.
You gotta commit now.
She liked roleplay.
Of course she did.
And she told me, I was like, okay, what do you want me to do? Apparently, she wanted me to be a police officer taking advantage of her. The things I have done for sex.
Man, you were really desperate, weren't you?
I was. At a kid, I just discovered this, and I was like, this is better than anything I've ever done in my life. And I found out real fast, me and her both did, that is very addictive. Like, when they say sex is a drug, it's a drug.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything bad to you.
Yes and no.
Yeah, yes and no, yeah. Depends.
Not anything. Too much is definitely bad.
Like, it raises your dopamine levels.
Chance of being a dad. Oh, I did have a scare.
Oh, you did have a scare. I remember you telling me about this.
Yeah, I remember there was one time where I kind of lightly pulled out. Where I pulled out, but then at the same time I was unsure. I was like, I think I got off in time. And she was like, I think so. I don't feel nothing. I'm like, could you check? And then she did, and it was like, you could see there was still, like, there's a little in there. I was like, oh. Me and her was like, well, we don't know what to do. And she was like, I'll take a shower.
Yes, that
Genius.
And she took a shower. I don't know why, but we both thought, like, yeah, it would work. And then...
Question. In what world?
Look, man, we were just kids, and we were hoping, clinging on for any kind of hope.
Hey, but it worked. He's not a dad.
I am not a dad.
Maybe she still
But
has
we
the
are
baby.
so lucky. I had no condoms ever. She didn't have birth control either. No protection was used whatsoever.
Another -5.
And
What?
she ended up having what was it, hemorrhoids?
Yes.
Hemorrhoids.
She had hemorrhoids.
Which is weird because hemorrhoids is like one of those things that you'll get like if you give birth. Yeah, hold on.
Hemorrhoids are for your butt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm
And we
pretty
never
sure
did
it's
anything butt stuff.
Yeah, but it's still
I don't think so.
it's common in pregnant women or birthing women.
That was further down the road.
that are actively giving birth.
Yeah, so
But,
hemorrhoids are usually caused from strain during bowel movements, obesity, or pregnancy.
Oh, I can rule one of those out.
Obesity?
Well, and then it was like I was like, won't think nothing about it. And a week later, she was supposed to have her period. And she's like, hey, Nick, I haven't had my period yet. I'm like, okay, is this a bad thing? She was like, well, sometimes for girls it's late, or sometimes a couple days late. We wait, keep waiting. And she's like, Nick, I still haven't had my period. I'm like, I start to literally freak out that same night. That night, I was praying to God. I was like, God, I know we don't talk much. I know I've done some heinous things before. I know that if this happens, I know I deserve it. But can you do me a solid, man? Can you, if you make sure she is not pregnant, I will spread the word of God. I will devote my life.
And how
to
did that
you.
work for you?
How's that going?
That. Great, man. Yeah, you should come to church
I'll just say
that I don't go to.
It hasn't worked on me.
And I remember being super, super worried. And she ended up being like 4 to 5 days late. And at that point, I was just debating in my head. I'm like, okay, so when it comes to the point, at that point, I thought I was dad. I was like, so I want to tell my parents that their kid in middle school is a dad.
That would be very awkward.
I still have 4 more years of high school left.
Yeah, you did.
And she would have too. And my parents, knowing them, would have made me raise the baby on my own.
Mm-hmm.
I know they would have. And then, by miracle of God, she had her period. When that happened, and next time I went over, I was like, okay, we need to have a serious talk. I'm like, I think we need to slow down and stop having sex. Because the thing is about every weekend, I went to her house and like spent the weekend there.
Right.
And every time I did, we would do it. So I've did it with her like hundreds of times. Because we did it multiple times a day. And I still haven't beaten my record of most times in one day. 7.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
You got a serious problem.
I did at the time.
Anyways, who was the second body? Or don't say who it was, but what happened with the second body?
This was all just one person.
Yeah, that was all one person.
That was all one person. She was a good over a year of just sex. And second. Oh, yeah. Her. Oh, yeah. I kind of forgot about that one. There's been a few times in my life where I've regretted having sex with a person. She was one of them. Now, at the time I was 16, and I just had gotten my full license where I could drive on my own. I just got that. I was working at Taco Bell.
Yeah, Taco Bell.
Woo.
Yeah, Taco
Yeah.
Bell. We're not advertised by them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she worked there. I could clearly tell she liked me. She made it very obvious. But she was 19. And she knew I was 16. And she was obviously hitting on me. And she had a boyfriend. And the conversation got brought up. And I was like, don't you have a boyfriend? She's like, yeah. But we have an open relationship. For as long as we tell the other person that we're doing this, it's okay. I'm like, okay. Okay, so turns out their open relationship. I was like, okay, it's kind of weird. But I was like, you know what? And since my previous girlfriend from 8th grade, I haven't done anything in like a year and a half, something like that. So I was
I've gone longer.
I hope so.
We both got
And
longer.
I was like, you know what? I haven't done it in a minute. I'll just give it a try. And did. But the thing is the place we did it.
Where'd y'all do it?
For some reason, she didn't want to do it in my car. And I was just like, okay, but we can't go to my house. And we can't go to your house.
This is illegal, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Wait.
That's a 4-year.
It's fine.
3-year.
3-year
3.
Romeo and Juliet law is technically protected.
Okay, so you're good.
But we weren't I don't know. I'm not too concerned about it. But, what was it? Oh, yeah. And then for some reason, she had the idea. I was like, let's go to the park in Lebanon. And I was like, okay. He's like, I know a place we could do it.
Out in the open.
No, we did not. There was families there, Alan. They were.
And?
Yeah, and from
I followed her. She took me kind of into the woods near a creek. And there was a bunch of rocks that were like flat rocks out there. And then she just turned around and was like, alright, fuck me here. And I was like, what? It took me a second to register. I was like, am I really about to do it with a girl that I barely know? She's 19. On rocks in the public next to a creek.
so romantic.
Honestly.
And I was just like, as she was already getting undressed, I'm like, guess there's no backing out now.
Was she good looking?
She had the body, but not the looks.
So you put it back over her head.
I wished I could. And then, well, we did it. She put her clothes back on. I immediately dropped her off at her house. She wanted to do other things. I was like, nope. I made up an excuse. I'm like, I gotta be back home for dinner. As soon as I dropped off and started driving, I'm like, I had so much regret after that. I'm like, I feel terrible after doing this. Like, I had the realization of like, God, is this what girls feel like every time? Did you just fart?
No.
No.
You want to know what that was?
Oh, okay. I thought... But I had a sudden realization like, okay, I'm never going to let this happen again.
And then what
And
happened?
then what? Did it happen again?
And well, we'll talk about the third girl. If I can remember the order correctly.
3.
Number 3.
Let me see which... Okay. So I was a junior at the time. She was a freshman. And I met her because of you, actually, Hunter.
Was it?
Mm-hmm. It was her and my current girlfriend because of you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got it.
We're not going to go into detail, but yeah.
I get it. Yeah.
And I could tell she liked me. She was clearly flirting with me. Other people noticed. They asked me and her about it and stuff like that. And then we just kept talking after. And after a good while, we were kind of in the talking stage. But I was like, she wanted a relationship, and I was like on the fence about it. It's like, I'm not sure if I want a relationship. And she was like, okay, well, do you still want to do stuff? I'm like, sure. But the thing is, she had very strict parents. Very strict.
But
It did not
that
know about
didn't
me.
stop Nick.
It did not. She had very strict parents. They knew nothing about me. But, so what she did was, I think me and her did it like 6 times?
6?
Like 6 or 7. Something like that, I think.
He's a horny man.
So I took away 40 points.
What? And every time she did it, she snuck out of the house. She had to sneak out of the house, walk, because she made me park kind of far away from the house. She had to walk like a quarter of a mile just to get to my car. And I offered every time I could just come to the end of your driveway and just like pick you up. I mean, it's late at night. I don't think they're gonna notice. But she's like, no.
Put the car in neutral and just roll.
Roll down.
All lights off.
Yes. And I did actually have fun with her because that's not all we did. Like we would drive out into Lebanon, listen to music. We went to like Walmart and stuff, messed around there, caused havoc there. Went to get some food. Had a pretty fun time.
Gosh, I'm so lonely.
But we've been in that boat together before.
It's not the same.
Yeah. And we ended up, I believe it was like 1 a.m. And we ended up, actually doing stuff the first time. I was her first. Actually, a lot of girls I know, I was their first.
Can you give me a count on that?
We'll get there when we get there. And she didn't expect anything like that, but luckily I had experience behind me. I knew what I was doing. So I just passed down my knowledge to her. And she found out real quick that she liked it too. And I was like, okay. And basically just got to the point where whenever she wanted to and I wanted to, we just hit each other up. I drove over there, spent like 40 minutes together, and then we left the scene of the crime. And you want to know another way I've defiled God?
Y'all did it in another church.
Church parking lot.
Oh my god.
Church part 2.
We did it over half the time in the church parking lot. And this time, I was smart, and now I'll never do it without a condom. But every time I got done with the condom, I just threw it out the window in the church parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
So, there were like millions of unborn kids just in the parking lot. And they're all related to me.
All of them?
All of them.
You think no one else has done this?
Yeah, parking lot.
I wonder how many millions of how many millions of people I've genocided on God's property.
Well, let's just think about World War II for an instance.
Oh, I think my death toll is over World War II.
Sorry, that's my grandfather clock.
That's a kind of unexpected.
Oh, it's just my Bible app. Look, it's my Bible app going off. I was saying, you ready to pray today? I have to have this because on my Bible class, she made us download that.
You need to pray
And
now.
I just keep forgetting to turn notifications off.
We're gonna pause the episode right here so you can pray.
No. Alright. And then it got to the point where it was like, I wasn't interested anymore. Like I didn't want to do that stuff anymore. I felt kind of bad, so I just kind of ghosted her. And then we move on to the next girl. And now this goes on to a different Taco Bell I worked at.
Oh my god.
2 points
This
for
time-
2 Taco Bells.
This time she was only 1 year older than me.
Oh, that's not bad.
I was 16. No, she was 18. No, wait. Yeah, I was 16. No, 17. 17. Yeah, 17.
So this is
And
more
she was
recent.
18. Yeah, we're getting to more recent. Yes. And, well, another friend that I have that's a very close friend also worked at Taco Bell. And he kind of had the same game I did. He taught me the ropes, and I learned the ropes. And he kind of went around with Taco Bell. He worked at there with me. He kind of went around with the girls as well. And I was like, okay. And then one of the girls I knew that he's had his time with liked me. And I was like, okay. I definitely don't like her.
Is she cute?
Is she single?
I think she is. She moved now, so I don't know. I don't know. But, what was it?
This is
Oh.
fourth girl, right?
I think
Something like that.
four.
I don't know. I might be forgetting a girl in there somewhere in the timeline, probably. I don't know. But, look, I'm not a bad guy. I'm just caught in circumstances.
Yeah, I'm a bad guy.
But I knew she liked me, and I was like, okay, we'll do it a couple times. And I will say, I did not regret her. That was, I'm not gonna lie, that was nice sex. I'm not gonna lie. She had
That
experience.
was just completely weird.
She had experience, and I did, and that went very well with each other. I didn't have to teach her or coach her or anything, or reassure her like it's okay. She knew what she was doing. I'm like, all right, we'll skip like 30 minutes of this, and then we did it like 4 times, me and her, and then she ended up moving. I was like, okay, just kind of forgot about her.
I'm surprised you haven't gotten a girl pregnant or an STD yet.
Well, I know I don't have any. The other girls, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm
And I
surprised
always
you
wear
haven't gotten
condoms.
an STD, and I'm
I
surprised.
always wear condoms.
That
after
doesn't
the
mean
first
anything.
one. Yeah, it does. And
And condoms only work 95% of the time.
shh, I can go to Vegas. I'm pretty good
And
odds.
the amount of times
sometimes.
you banged, I'm surprised.
I'm surprised too. And what was it? Oh, and then here comes another girl. This is one of the girls I regret. I only did it one time with her, and I regret it. And she's causing problems now.
Oh.
But my girlfriend knows about it, and we've talked about it. And I'm basically trying to calm her down for not going off. I'll tell you after the podcast.
Yeah.
And basically, she really, really liked me. I was kind of iffy about her.
Really liked you.
Yes, she is still obsessed with me, I think. And what was it? She would like say stuff, and like she'd be like, "Hey, do you want to hang out in my car before school or after school?" It's like, "Hey, just let you know, at 8 I have my break from work." Didn't hit her up on any of those times. I was like, I really don't know if I want to do this. And the one time I was like, you know what? I'll try it once with you. I went to her work. She was on break. Did it. It's not good sex. She knew what she was doing. It was not good. I could definitely tell other guys have been there.
We haven't.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But for my other male audience that knows what I'm talking about, if somehow they know or even listen,
We don't know.
that we don't have.
The last video got 0 views.
Yeah.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then also, like, they would know what I'm talking about. But I had instant regret. I mean, I was just like, nope, not again. Not doing that one again. And I kind of just distanced myself. But she still wants to, like, literally the other day, she hinted towards it in the parking lot. It was really awkward.
Did you
But
do
we'll
it?
get to that after the podcast. And then now and I only did it once with her, and that was it. And I only will ever do it once.
The last fifth girl.
And now comes another person. She, well, I also regret.
I don't remember this one.
She was a girlfriend of one of my close friends.
I do remember this one.
Yes. And my best friend, I told him the situation. I was like, she clearly wants to do stuff. And he was like, do it, man, do it. was like, I would. And I was like, okay.
So you let her cheat on your best friend with you?
No, they were broken up at the time.
Oh.
But I knew that was his ex and stuff. And whenever she was dating him, I was always third wheeling for like a year. So all three of us we had a pretty good group going on, kind of thing. She knew me really well. I knew her really well already. And basically just went out to Mount Juliet. And we didn't have sex there, but we did other things. And then another time, I went to her work after she got off, and then we went behind the movie theaters. We did it in her car. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I did not like it. Did not. And once I kind of told her, I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again. She was like, no, it's okay. She didn't care, so it was okay, good situation. Well, it worked out. I don't have to worry about her still wanting me to this day.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I hope. There
hope it's
honestly
only
might be
6
one I'm
people.
forgetting. I don't know.
See, it's bad if your body count's that high and you don't remember. So, to clarify,
Yes.
it's either 6 or 7.
Something like that.
It's definitely 6, but it might be
It
7.
might be 7. And the amount of times I've done it, I'm very surprised I'm not a dad.
I'm very surprised you're not a dad.
Have you counted it?
How many times? I would not know.
I want
With
you
just
to...
girlfriend number 1, it's in the hundreds. I know that for sure.
How many girlfriends have you had?
Whoa, what do you mean? There's a difference between girlfriend and then friends with benefits.
I meant girlfriend.
Girlfriends
Yeah,
that I've done it with, or girlfriends in general?
just in general.
And girlfriends I've had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 including now.
Okay, so you've had 6 girlfriends. Your body count 6 times, but you've only done it with one girlfriend.
Yes. But I've had girlfriends that wanted to do it, but I was not ready to do it.
Gotcha.
I was not in the mental state to want to do that.
Gotcha.
I think you know who I'm talking about.
I know
think.
one of them.
Yeah, one of them. And then there's other... Oh, wait, no. 7 girlfriends. I forgot one. 7.
Okay.
So, you guys got any questions? Anything you'd like me to clarify?
I'm thinking.
And also, for any viewers that may or may not be listening, probably not, if you have any questions for me, leave it in the comments. I will answer all the questions. Sadly.
Man's had 7 girlfriends. He's only had sex with one of them, and and his body count is 6, and I can't even get one girl.
And the amount of times I've had sex.
And I can't even get one girl.
That's true.
But I'm considered a player.
Yeah, and I'm not.
By one person
Not by one person, by a group, multiple girls
that don't know anything about it.
that don't know anything about me.
And I'm still considered a nice guy.
How?
Because I was on the football team. We're all protected.
Maybe I need to join football.
I don't know, I think it's too late for that.
Because there's other things that we have talked about in that locker room that other people can never know. That I know that other guys have done.
You could leak it right now.
And I have other stories of other people that are absolutely hilarious. That is such an inside joke that the only people that know about it were pretty much there. And were sworn to secrecy. There's a lot of secrets I hold. And if I were to tell all the secrets I know, and people in our school knew them, I could literally ruin lives.
So basically, what I've learned today is Nick is a massive hoe.
Hey, I'm a good man now.
I am staying single for the rest of my life.
Need to probably.
Look,
Yeah.
I'm a good man. Ask my girlfriend.
Okay.
Even though she's convinced I'm gay.
Well, I'm convinced you're gay, but
What?
that's besides the point.
Trust me, I don't think I am.
I'm glad we learned something here today.
We've all learned something today.
I don't think I've learned anything.
Alan and I are gonna die alone, and you're a massive hoe.
You're the exact opposite of us.
My worst fear is
Getting a girl pregnant. Yeah, mine too, man.
Well, I was going. That's technically that is one of them, but say me and my girlfriend don't work out, and I end up going to the military, and I go to Germany.
Mm-hmm.
One of the addresses those recruiters gave me that they want me to go to. You remember that place I told you about, right? The strip club that's not a strip club and does a lot more in the Czech Republic.
Yeah.
Oh.
That, and he said a lot of the girls that go on base over in Vilsec, they're very loose. And they don't care. For some reason, they felt I needed to know the information. And apparently there's other addresses they want to give me, so I can go there. By the way, our U.S. military is the best. We're the most professional out there.
Oh yeah.
We don't do anything bad in other countries.
America.
America. Fuck yeah.
Language, dude. Now you're gonna.
Dude.
You have to censor that now.
Saving Days. I don't remember how the song went. It's been so long since I've heard it. But, anyways, what are the points tallied up? I swear to God, Alan. I swear to God.
Let me do some tallying here.
What?
He has to do his calculations.
If I lose somehow, I swear to God. While he's doing the tallying, Hunter, do you have any comments or things you'd like to say or ask?
How do I get a girlfriend?
Okay,
It's a good
look.
question, man.
Okay, so first, you gotta find a girl.
Plenty of those.
Okay, next thing you gotta do, you gotta be able to turn her on.
And supposedly how do I do that?
You accidentally, when you're stretching, just flex a little bit. You rip your shirt off a little bit, here and there.
Okay, I haven't done that.
You
so
pull
I'll
your
try that.
sunglasses off, wink at her.
Okay, I'll do that.
You gotta go, hey, how you doing?
Okay, I'll try that next time.
You look her up
Guaranteed.
and down.
Yeah.
You start with that.
You tell her to turn around, everything, while you're obviously checking her out, like, you'll do. So, hey, how you doing? You wanna...
Okay, maybe I won't take your advice.
No, trust me, man, it works.
Is that how you got with your current girlfriend?
Totally.
Okay. The points are tallied.
I
So,
swear to God, Alan. I
Nick
swear.
is sitting at a good, solid, negative 23 points.
What?
The Hunter is sitting at negative 24 points. So Nick is ahead by 1 point, but that's not it. Because if you remember from the end of
No,
the
please.
last
I swear to
episode and
God.
afterwards, you asked me to take away 1 point twice. So I took away 2 points, so now you're at negative 25. So Hunter wins by 1 point.
Yeah! And what's funny about that is, I didn't even have to say anything.
But also,
I quit
Nick
this
spilled
podcast.
so many things. I can't just not let this man win. That was just a bit I had to say.
Yeah.
I just revealed how I'm going to hell, and I still lose.
No, you won.
No, you won. It was a bit.
That's a bit.
Oh, I win?
Yeah, you win.
Oh, fine. God. I was like, I just spilled so much dirt on me, and
It's gonna be permanently on the internet.
yeah.
Hopefully you don't become a politician.
Well, there goes running for president. Unless that's what people want.
He's not enough of an idiot to be a politician.
No, trust me. I know exactly how
I'm running
to fix
against
this
him.
country. What? Actually, speaking of politicians, have you heard of, there's 2 independent people running for the U.S. Senate this upcoming November? There's 2 independent guys. One, he's actually kind of a good guy. The other, if he somehow, there's no way that he's going to win that seat.
$10 is gonna win it.
You want to know what he promised?
Head for everyone.
Close.
What?
You can look it up. He promised that every citizen in some kind of county in Texas is going to get $35,000.
How's that close?
What?
And then he said every U.S. citizen will get $1 million.
How is that close to head?
No, you said give everyone something.
I said
And you
give
said
everyone
head. I said it's close to that because he's giving everyone money.
Every
And he said that
person
when he-
gets $1 million.
Yes.
So it's another $300 million in the U.S.
And he said that when he wins that seat, he says he's going to already. That when he does, he's going to run for president.
I got a feeling that the rest of Congress is not going to let that pass.
What are you talking about? There's a Democrat that wants to add D.C. as the 51st state.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, my math is wrong. It's not $300 million. Because it's 300 million times a million.
Oh my god,
Hold
you're
on,
right.
I can figure
Oh
this
my
out.
gosh, that's
That's
like,
so much money. Oh my god. $1 million times what? 300 million? Close to 400. No, it's close to 400 million now,
Is
right?
it at this point?
I think so. It's somewhere close like that. It's close, I think.
329.5 million.
Oh, okay, I thought it was.
I'll put that 29.
How much further will that send us into debt?
$329 trillion.
It's a good thing we have that sent around.
Oh, and an extra 500 billion on that.
So
So I hope that bill passes.
Me too, man.
yeah, inflation's already great. How bad do you
I
think
didn't even
inflation
think
would
about
be
inflation.
Yeah.
That would just we just start wiping our butts with money.
then? Go to the store, get a loaf of bread for $100 grand.
I think money will be cheaper than toilet paper.
Yeah. If that happened, I think effectively the U.S. dollar would become worthless.
Oh, it would.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'd go back to using Deutschmarks, even though no country uses it. We could use it.
Actually,
There's
I've
no
got
way
some
you have a
Canadian money.
Deutschmark. Okay, I just want to say, we also have Canadian money. Their money's plastic. It's kinda
Yeah.
cool.
Anyways,
I have 7 Canadian
Nick, are
dollars.
you gonna wrap up this episode?
And today, we recorded another fantastic episode of Impressionable, where we dug into the only person in this group that has a sex life.
Yeah.
And all the devious, dirty, disgusting acts he's done in his life. And
Why are you
he
talking about
is-
yourself in third person?
And he is definitely going to
Second person.
You don't want to get points.
And he
taken
is definitely going to hell for what he's done. But don't worry, because he's going to make it up with his current girlfriend and by serving his country. What? But, anyways. And also, I'd like to say, before I end out this episode, I'm sorry that our scheduled time to, air episodes and stuff has been delayed, and it's partly on my end because my computer is having difficulties and is committing suicide, and effectively did.
Partly on your end.
Partly.
Yeah.
Partly. And, well, I'd like to say to our 0 viewers out there.
All 0 of you.
All
You
0
mean
of you.
everything to us.
I think the only 2 views we get is me and Hunter looking at it.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say to all of our millions of viewers that will soon watch this, that I hope you have a great day. I hope I made you relive traumatic sexual experiences. Podcast out.